Here we have a pre-owned 2017 Nissan Rogue in the S trim level. This color is gun metallic, and then we have the almond cloth interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, made it to the CVT, and this one has just a little over 120,000 miles on it. So we'll see how it's held up. But as we get to the front end here, love that this one has the LED daytime running lights on this S model. Grille looks pretty good. Halogen headlamps, just a little bit of road rash across the front here. Nothing really noticeable unless you get up on it. And for the wheels, we do get 17-inch steel with the wheel covers. Tread on the tire seems to be in good shape. This one has Michelin Defenders on all four. But we have power mirror controls. We have one touch down for the driver's side window, regular power windows on the other three doors, power door locks, rear window lock, drive modes, traction control, gas cap, hood, foot pedal brake for the emergency, or the parking brake, excuse me. And then we have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. But there's the manual driver's seat, and you see this almond is kind of like a light tan. Now, pumping up that seat, it was a little noisy, but still worked perfectly fine. And I had that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So we're gonna check out the room here. So legroom, not bad, especially for this to be a smaller SUV. We do get seat back pockets on both sides. Headroom back here is great for me. Rear AC vents, middle seat. You can see that's the seat leaned up, and that's how much room you have to lean it back. So pretty impressive. And then you can pull this strap here to release the middle seat. Gotta use both hands. And then bottle holders are there in the middle. Grab handle here, so you'd have to hang your shirts or whatever on there. We don't have a separate hook, which is no big deal. That's how we used to do it back in the day. At least I think. I wasn't doing that back in the day, but anyways. There's a look at the back. Underneath, exhaust pipe there. And a big shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for letting me review this Rogue today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But you can fold these up or remove them if you want to. And then you have a spare underneath there. And then 12 volt. But ample space back here, I think. Gas cap there. Just had a little bit of a side swipe here. Nothing too noticeable. But you could take this, pull the strap here to recline the seat, move it up, or fold it all the way down. You can run longer objects through to the front. And then your tether's right there. And then your anchors for the car seat are hidden back in there. Then we have a 4-way manual driver seat, or manual front passenger seat, excuse me, so we can adjust the seat back there, seat bottom by pulling up on that bar. Glove compartment, we still have the owner's manuals in here. But as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. The latch is a little rough. And there's that 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat next. So we have the vinyl wrap steering wheel. Test out the horn. Love the sound. I was expecting it to be a little wimpy, but not the case here. Very impressed. Now to the radio, we do get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, iPod, and an aux input as well. And then we have the iPod menu. We can pull all that up. And all these buttons are pretty self-explanatory. Your radio presets there. Volume up, down. Click that to turn the audio off. Click there to go through your settings. You can adjust bass, treble, your fade, all of that. And then single zone manual climate controls, fan speed there. AC toggle, fan direction, then you can turn it all the way to the left to turn the whole system off. USB-A, aux, 12 volt, little phone storage there when something's plugged in. Shift lock right there. And then you can pull the lever, reverse neutral drive, come over here and you get those quote unquote manual shifts that you would get on a traditional transmission, but it just lets you shift there if you want to. The rest of the transmission, if you will. But bottle holders, extra storage, center console cubby space with a 12-volt. Sunglasses holders here. And then I do like that we get these nice bulbs here in the middle. But there's like the back seat from up here. Vanity mirror there. Now back to the steering wheel, blinkers, high beams, flash there, and then intermittent wipers, one time off, intermittent low high. We can adjust that intermittent there. And then we have a rear wiper off, intermittent on there. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front wiper fluid. And then over here, left side of the steering wheel, volume, track list, or radio station presets. We can use these 4 arrows to go through our sub menus, as well as within each sub menu, when applicable, we can go through all of that. And then when you're in the settings, you can change your meter settings here if you want to change your main menu selection, things of that nature. So a lot you can do there. Standard cruise, turn that on or off, adjust the speed, cancel, and then we have the voice recognition and the Bluetooth buttons there. And then here's the key with the key fob. And I'll just let you listen to this start up. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2017 Nissan Rogue S out on the road for a test drive. Now, starting the test drive in this Rogue, the CVT's running just a tad weird, but I mean, I don't even know if I could tell the difference compared to one of these brand new. The CVT's definitely gotten a lot better over the years, but this one's just a little rough to start out. We'll see how it gets up to speed though. Give it a little pull here. Now that feels much better. I'm gonna test out the manual mode getting on the interstate here. Just curious. So pretty decent power, I think. Now it's just a little bit of vibration in my seat here, but with this being a used vehicle, it's hard to tell what's going on. But other than that, I mean, driving pretty normally. No disappointment there. Now with a vehicle like this though, you're gonna find most of these are not gonna be in the best shape, just because these are pretty much, I don't want to call them burner cars, but a lot of people get these because they're cheap. Fuel economy is very good compared to other vehicles in the segment. And because there's not much that you really have to do to them if you don't plan on keeping it. But you want to keep the CVT fluid regularly changed. You want to keep the oil changed in these, which most vehicles that I've encountered like this, that's not going to be the case. So I'm not sure if this is any different, but I wouldn't count on it. But even used, these are just still a more economical option if you have to fix a thing or two. Won't necessarily break the bank. Of course, if you have to redo the transmission, that might be a different story depending on how big your bank account is. But I mean, just a relatively cheap car to operate. I do see a lot of the older Rogues still out on the road. See a lot of this body style still. And this does have 120,000 miles, so you probably just need to give it a little tune-up, something like that'll make it drive a bit better. But in terms of competition, I always think of the CR-V and the RAV4, and then the Equinox when that was out during this year as well. But this is the one that I think at the time, I don't know if Honda had gone to CVT yet, but I think at the time this was the only one of those that had a CVT. So that probably made it the more fuel efficient option. Of course, the RAV4 was always pretty efficient, even with the 6-speed automatic, but here it was at least second, I'd say. But I mean, this is a pretty inexpensive vehicle to get now, especially with this mileage. Again, you want to be careful with what you're getting yourself into with this being a used vehicle. Highly recommend an extended warranty on something like this. But I mean, right now it's just driving normally. Seems like pretty good daily transportation. Just better safe than sorry when it comes to your maintenance and then getting a warranty that covers anything unexpectedly. But an okay vehicle in my eyes, and if you want the extra space and don't really care about performance and things of that nature, this might be the one to get. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2017 Nissan Rogue in the S trim level.